The most popular way to play Magic the Gathering is amongst 4 of your funniest friends, chit-chatting as you play your deck out like a board game. But Commander can also be played to the highest of competitive levels.
Closer to Legacy than anything else, Duel Commander is a 1 versus 1 way to play Magic with 100 card singleton decks.
The possibilities are endless.
We had our subscribers at home pick one deck representing each year of the Duel Commander format and had Duel Commander specialists play them in a 7-round tournament.
And now we finally have it. We have a top 8 of what could easily be the best Duel Commander decks of all time.
And after 7 videos, we'll be finally able to crown the best Duel Commander deck ever.
Thoralf, we meet for the first time in this tournament. If I win, I see you again in the finals. Yeah. All right, you are on the play.
I will start off with an Eiganjo, Seed of the Empire, which makes white, and it does make white to cast an Esper Sentinel. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell, I draw a card unless you pay X, where X is the power.
Your Raffine deck can even grow.
I'm playing Raffine in the second semifinals, and since I'm already qualified for the finals, this is the chance to get the full scoop and meet myself. And Raffine is such a wonderful deck. It's a 3-mana commander, it plays really aggro. I get to play all of the best blue, black, and white 1 and 2 drops, and then top it off with Raffine and a lot of interaction, which you can clearly see from my starting hand. Not only do I have a 1-drop in Esper Sentinel or a 2-drop in Baleful Strix, no, I also have interaction. That means Andrea's gonna not know what hit him because he will be dead before the game even starts.
That's very much a nightmare. Look at this, I have to pay 1 mana for a Mishra's Bubble. Urza is so powerful. It's only 1 color, but it's the best color of Magic, blue. I have so many combos with my artifact. I'm gonna show them all here and beat Thoralf advancing to the final pass.
Okay, I'll draw. I'm gonna fetch. I'm gonna get this Underground Sea, and unfortunately this is a bit bad because of the mana, but it's fine. I'm gonna Thoughtseize you. I see a lot of bad cards and the Force of Will, which can counter my Raffine next turn, so I'm gonna take that. I go to 70, and you get attacked.
End of turn, I'm gonna sacrifice this Mishra's Bubble, looking for some actions on my side. Draw 1 from the bubble, draw 1 from turn. Man, making you draw a card is so bad. Esper Sentinel is so good. I can't cast my Prismatic Lens. If I do that, Thoralf draws a card. But if I do nothing, Thoralf just plays a Raffine and snowballs the game. So I have to make the sacrifice. I have to let Thoralf draw. Now, next turn I can play Urza if he plays Raffine and we have a game. So we'll see. Let's eat this up. Let him draw a card and keep on playing Magic. Yeah, this is very, very tough. I think I have to make you draw here. I'll play a Prismatic Lens, which is gonna accelerate me. Whee! Can't pay the 1 from Esper Sentinel. Your turn.
Draw another card. And I think even though you're gonna cast Urza next turn, I don't really care. So I'm gonna play Raffine. Raffine. Yes. Raffine.
That's your commander.
Scheming Seer, 1/4, flying ward 1. Ward 1. How broken, please? Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna attack with this Esper Sentinel. I'm gonna connive, which means I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna discard a card, and if that is a non-land,
ooh, Master of Death, that's a combo.
It gets a counter. Now, Master of Death, normally we don't read cards that go into the graveyard, but at the beginning of your upkeep, if that is in your graveyard, I may pay a life and return it to my hand. So I basically just drew a card.
That is very good, but Esper Sentinel says non-creature.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be able to play the Urza this turn. Does it resolve?
It resolves.
That's a very, very good news, because alongside Urza, I'm gonna make a Construct token, which is a 2/2, and that's gonna be my turn. You can go.
Amazing. In my upkeep, I'm gonna return the Master of Death.
To the 16.
Draw a card, and I think we're just gonna attack with both, because if this connives, I'm gonna draw 2.
Man, your deck is so fun.
Right?
I'm jealous.
I'm gonna discard the Master of Death again, and I'm gonna discard this Gold Forged Subdrakes.
Man, that's so much damage. Yeah, I definitely can't block those.
In addition to that, I will crack a Prismatic Vista, which gets a land. I will get the island, and for 4, I will cast, I know, one of your favorite cards as well.
Ooh,
Parallax Wave.
I like it when I cast it usually. I know what my opponent casts.
It has Fading 5. I can remove a Fading counter and remove a creature until this one goes away.
Yes.
And in my upkeep, I also have to remove a Fading counter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove one counter to exile Urza.
I will leave it under the Parallax Wave. I will not make it go to the commander zone.
And then it's you.
Okay, let's see what I can find from the top of my deck. Well, I see a Ponder, which I can't pay for.
All right.
Let's look at the top 3 cards. Guess these are good. Draw a card. I will also play Cyclonic Rift. I will attempt to bounce your Parallax Wave, which will free my Urza for a turn.
I will remove the construct token.
The construct's dead, the wave still goes back to your hand. I'm gonna do the, I guess, combo of my deck, which is casting a Winter Orb, which says your lands don't untap for the turn.
Winter Orb is a very special card because now we don't get to untap normally, at least I don't, and that means every land counts. Usually you want to spend all your mana every turn, but once you only get to untap one land, every mana is all you have, so you don't really have to play anything, and now timing is important. Maybe we don't want to cast something in Andrea's turn, but we still get to keep the mana because remember, we only untap one land. Draw a card. We're gonna attack. And this time, I'm gonna connive on Raffine.
Splitting the threats.
I will discard the Master of Death, of course. Paris Jailer is not gonna cut it.
So I'm not blocking, taking 7.
Play my land for the turn, a scrub land.
You go to discard? Before that, I'm gonna float the blue.
Yes.
The combination Urza, Winter Orb. Winter Orb says only if it's untapped it works.
I'm gonna discard a Creeping Topper.
So we're gonna be able to untap every permanent, unlike you. Draw for turn. I knew about this island, so let's play it. Let's try to feign death a little bit here. I'm gonna float a colorless and then play Transmute Artifact. So I'm gonna just put it on the stack now. I have 1 colorless floating. Don't pay for, of course, for the S%, and also you're free. I need to find an answer. I have a card in my mind. The word 1 of Raffine is super annoying here. I'm gonna grab the Vedakan Shackle, and now I can steal one of your creatures. Vedakan Shackle says I can choose to not untap it, but tap to tap, gain control of target creature as long as its power is less than the basic island that I have, and it controls the card until the Vedakan Shackle is tapped. I'm afraid of maybe some end of turn shenanigans. I'm just gonna pass the turn to you.
Casting Tainted Pact at the end of Andrea's turn is risky because we have to spend all of our mana. And remember, I only get to untap 1 land each turn. But if we get the right card, and I have an idea of a card that I want to get, then we can turn this game around now. At the end of your turn, I would like to cast a Tainted Pact.
You tap 2 more lands.
Very special card in Commander because normally it says reveal the top card of your library until you hit a card that you want or that you already saw. Since we don't have doubles, I basically get to Demonic Tutor what I
And
want.
all these cards get exiled.
So all of those, I have a specific card in mind. So I'm gonna just rip through them. Don't play with me. Hey, hello. And then I would like to cast a Solitude, pitching the wave that you saw. So when Solitude enters, I may exile up to 1 target creature, and that creature's controller gains life equal to the power.
Because you stopped my combo, right?
That was the plan!
So it resolves.
Okay, it targets Ura High Lord Artificer.
I'm gonna float a blue, and then I gain 1 life.
This dies, and I would like to actually now enter my turn.
I will use that mana to steal your Raffine and pay for the ward.
Yep, it's yours.
Go.
I get to untap a land because you still have your Winter Orb
Yes.
untapped. But you also only get to untap
Yes.
1 land. I'm gonna attack you for 4.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna play a land and pass the turn.
I don't untap not only my lands, but also Vedakan Shackles. Ooh, we're shut up board. Pass.
Okay, I will untap a land. I'll draw a card. And now, I will show you to the last spell you will see this game.
No, what is it?
I will show you the March of Scourge.
Oh.
As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of blue cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each, up to X target creatures phase out. I will exile this Baleful Trick, so I cast it actually for only a blue mana and target those 2 creatures.
I have a word trigger on the stack.
I will have to pay the ward.
Okay, that's cool. Now that you're tapped out, I can tap my Winter Orb and these 2 other lands to play a Metallic Rebuke. I'm gonna be able to untap all of my lands this way next turn.
Hey, one more.
I cannot.
Those are now
Phased out.
phased out, so they come back now because you take 4 damage.
Yeah, you win. Wow, congrats. No cyber needed for Duel Commander. Let's get to game 2. I need to win this and next game. All right, are you ready for this game 2?
Yeah.
It could be my last.
I can't wait to play myself.
Let's go for a ponder first.
No. Do you need this? Like, do you keep a shaky hand? I thought you meant to miss it.
Oh wow, I was like, did I do something wrong? It was not my turn to start? Okay, Mental Mistake counters a spell that costs exactly 1. Actually didn't need it.
That's what they all say.
Go.
I actually didn't need it. Maybe you're also not gonna need the next spell.
Why? Is it
I'm
called
gonna
season?
draw this card. I'll play a concealed courtyard, and it enters untapped, so it's your turn.
All right, I'm glad to see no Esper Sentinel this game. I'll tap 2 island for an ever-flowing chalice.
Ah, that would be really good. Do you have
right.
1 mana more for that?
Come on, what's this?
Count it instead, you pay 1 mana.
All right, go.
Are you hoping that your next spell resolves? Oh, poor Summer Child. I will play a Flooded Strand and pass the turn.
Well, it's time to make my land drop here. I wanted to slow roll it a bit more, but this is a Cavern of Souls. It's gonna name human.
Oh no.
And now my Urza is uncounterable.
All my counter spells.
I'm also gonna play a Jeweled Amulet. This is a pretty obscure card from the Ice Age.
The set, not the literal Ice Age.
Tap 1 tap, put a charge counter on it. Note what type of mana was used to pay this activation cost. Use of this ability only if there are no charge counters on Jeweled Amulet. And then you tap, remove the charge counter from Jeweled Amulet, and you add 1 mana of the mana that you noted. You can go.
I'm gonna fetch. I will get an island.
Okay.
And I will cast a creature called Malcolm. Malcolm is flash, that's why I can play him this turn. Flying, and whenever it deals damage to you, it gets a counter. I draw a card and discard a card, but if Malcolm has 4 counters, I can cast it for free. It is a strong card. Now, it's a shame it only attacks for 2, but wait a minute, I would pay another 2 life and then cast Raffine!
I must copy right there.
No.
And play a Memory Lapse. You can put it top of your deck or in your commander's.
I will put it on top of my deck. Okay, I will attack you.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
It gets a counter. I will draw a card and discard a card. Now the problem is, my whole hand is completely bonkers. I will discard this Skyclave Iteration.
Okay. End of turn, I'm gonna put a jewel counter and I'm gonna note a blue mana. You at home as well, please note it down. Draw for turn.
Okay.
Well, time to play my commander here. I'm gonna use the Jeweled Amulet mana, use the Cavern of Souls to play an uncounterable Ura Lord High Artificer.
I'll draw a card. First things first, I will Swords to Plowshares, your Urza's Lord High Artificer. Exile target creature, you gain life to the power.
I'm so glad it's a sword and not a solitude because I counter target non-creature spell. He goes exiled.
That messes up my whole turn. I'm just mourning. Can you give me a sec?
No.
Because I will have to counter the Force of Negation with my Force of Will, but I have to exile my
Oh
Raffine.
no.
So Raffine goes into my
Yeah, you can
command
put it
zone.
on your command zone. Crazy. Well, the Urza also goes in the command zone, and I gain 1 life.
I will attack you with Malcolm.
All right.
I get to draw a card. Okay. Unfortunately, I only have 2 lands and a bad Esper Sentinel. If I discard the Sentinel, they get a power, but I have nothing to do. But I can also play the Sentinel, and then they don't get any counters. And if I discard a land, I don't get to play Raffine. It's really tough, but I think if we don't draw a land, we can do something anyway. I would discard heavy-heartedly a Shattered Sanctum. But I think that's the right choice, because I will play an Esper Sentinel.
All right.
Our friend that makes your spells cost 1 more, or I draw a card, and I play my last card, a Drowned Catacomb. All I have is on the table.
And the Indior Exile Zone. Ooh, this is not a bad draw. I'm gonna play Gleamfnest Terrain. Look at the top 4 cards, select an artifact, put it in my hand.
That's
Fine. Yeah. Ooh, well, it's a very good one too. Seat of Synod.
okay.
I make a land drop, which pumps my construct to a 3/3, and yeah, I think I'm winning the race here. I attack, but most importantly, I have a 1/3 for your 2/1.
I need to find a land. If I find a land, everything is great.
Huh?
It is a land. I will play this land on the blue side, and then for 5 cast Raffine.
Your resolves.
So I have a little dilemma because my creatures right now aren't big enough, and I could hope to draw something that makes them big enough and sacrificing my creature. And I think even though that's really hard, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna attack you with both
Crazy.
and connive on Malcolm for 2. So first card, gets a counter. Second card doesn't get a counter.
First, I block this for Sentinel.
Yes.
Take 3 from the Malcolm.
I will draw and discard from the Malcolm.
Okay, so Malcolm has 3 counters for its ability and 1+1/+1 counter. Maybe
Correct.
a little bit confusing.
Esper Sentinel just dies. You take 3 damage.
I'm gonna note a blue mana on my Jeweled Amulet. Draw. Let's tap out here, play Tezzeret, get Vidalcan Shackles. Thoralf is empty-handed. Vidalcan Shackles can take over the game easily. I have the life lead. I am going to tap 5 and play Tezzeret the Seeker. Now, Tezzeret the Seeker comes into play with 4 loyalty, a +1 and taps 2 target artifact, or I can minus and get a powerful card from my deck. My life total is high enough. So the card I got is Vidalcan Shackles, which we've seen can steal creatures, and this construct attacks a utility, so it can't block. It's a 4/4.
I also have to attack Tezzeret, both creatures, if it should die. Andrea has a Vidalcan Shackles and 2 islands. I have a Malcolm that has 3 power and a Raffine which is way too small. The question is, how do I attack and where do I connive? Because if Raffine gets 2 counters, she might be safe, but if Andrea draws an island, he might take it. All of those unknowns you have to consider while playing a perfect turn. And in addition to that, I have to maybe kill Tezzeret, but then I don't get the Malcolm trigger. All of this is super complicated. So I think we're gonna have to prioritize keeping the Malcolm and getting rid of the Tezzeret, and that stabilizes at least for some draws I have. And if I lose Raffine, well, I hopefully draw some spells to deal with that later. After calculating every possible move,
Okay,
the correct one is to attack both Tezzeret,
all right.
and I will connive on Malcolm.
Ooh, all right, true.
So I will first let the routine trigger resolve.
Okay, so you draw 2 and discard 2.
I would discard a land and a misdirection.
Ooh.
Gives it 1 more counter. So now it's a 4/3.
Yes, so Tezzeret dies, and thankfully Malcolm does not loot here because it only works when it attacks a player. So you have a 4/3 and a Raffine. All right, interesting game that we got here. You're a 7. You may actually die here. I think I don't look bad at all. I'm gonna steal your Raffine.
It's yours.
And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll simply go to combat here. Attack with both. Connive onto the Glintnest Crane. Draw 2, discard 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Discard 2 spell. Glintnest Crane becomes a 3. I have 7 damage.
Yeah, that works.
Wow!
Crazy.
Crazy!
Hello, it's Sideboard Thoralf again. We have no sideboard, but we do have a little shout out to Andrea's Workshop, where you can watch him and his colleague Tommy play all the quirks of Magic, modern, pre-modern, pauper, and even some vintage. Ooh, isn't that cool? This is it. I mean, for you, it's more it than for me because
Nah.
I'm already in the finals.
We're gonna rematch in the final.
I will play a Tundra and a Mother of Runes. Holy mother, is that card good. And I can tap her to make a creature have protection of a color of my choice.
Okay. Draw, island, and you can go.
I will untap and draw a card. Play an untapped blue-black land. And I think I'm not gonna be afraid of anything here, so I'm just gonna take the free damage. And since I'm not really expecting any counter spells, I'll play a Ledger Shrine.
Well, you're wrong, because I actually have a Forest Spike over here. I have to counter it unless you pay 1. Do you have 1?
It's just, who does that?
Use mana tight with all my cards last game.
Yeah, but it's a different card. It's white.
I'm gonna play an Ancient Tomb, pay 2 life, and cast a Trinket Mage. I'll go get an artifact that costs 0 or 1, put it in my hand. The card I'm getting is an Ether Spell Bomb, just working on my future over here.
Okay.
And pass the turn to you.
Normally it's turn 3 and I would just slam Raffine, attack, and be happy, but this is one of those cases where we have to defer from the main course of action. And the reason is Andrea showed us an Ancient Tomb, and that means he can cast Urza next turn, which we definitely do not want to happen. We have a Stern Scolding in hand, we can just counter that Urza, and in addition, we have a Tainted Pact to get any card we want and then set up for the best turn thrower we have, where Andrea is left in the dust. I'll play a land, and unfortunately I have no card in my hand I can play, so I'm gonna pass the turn.
What do you mean, you have Raffine?
Sometimes I'm just really clumsy, so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cast my Urza, I ain't do that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna start the turn by playing Expedition now. For 2 mana, I can search for a land, put it in my hand. Does it resolve?
It does.
Playing another land, and I'll play a Relic of Progenitus, which eats your graveyard slowly but surely.
Yes.
I'll tap it to exile your Ledger Shredder. I'll pass the turn.
So you're gonna get a Cavern of Souls with that Expedition
Oh
map.
wow, how did you foresee that?
I will cast a Painted Pact again. Look at that.
Okay.
Let's see what we find. Raffine's Tower. No.
White Blue Pathway.
And I think that's just good enough for me.
Oh wow, you wanted a land?
I wanted an untapped land, yes.
Crazy.
So I know last time I said you're probably not gonna have a counter spell, but this time I mean it. Play this land that you saw, and I will cast your favorite card. Shieldred, the Apocalypse. Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life.
All right, I'm gonna pay 2 life with my Ancient Tomb, go down to 15. And as you mentioned previously, go get that Cavern of Souls. I go to my turn. In my upkeep, I'll tap this Relic of Progenitus.
Yep, I will remove the Pact. You take 2 from the Shieldred.
I'll play a Cavern of Souls. Yeah, let's take 2 more from the Ancient Tomb. Down to 11 I go to play the Ura High Lord Artificer and its construct.
Absolutely.
Either Spellbound,
Okay.
which you knew about. Pass the turn. You can gain 2 life, I
I
don't
will
mind.
gain 2 life from Shieldred. I'm gonna attack you for 4.
Chump it.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Trinket Mage.
It is gone. Then I'm gonna tap 2 to cast a Baleful Strix.
Gaining 2 more.
When Baleful Strix enters the battlefield, I draw a card. It has Flying and Death Touch. And then I didn't cast Raffine because I thought you would bounce my Shieldred and I wanted to make the creature, but I actually drew something better than Raffine. I'm gonna cast a True Name Nemesis.
Bounce that one.
No, you can't touch it. It has protection from you, meaning you can't target it at all.
All right, I'm gonna tap the Aether Spellbomb and bounce your Shieldred.
She's gone.
Not great. Okay, so Thoralf, let me untap with Urza and play. I have a lot of mana, but my hand is not very good. I can play the Vidake Shackles, but I can't steal the True Name Nemesis. Sure, I can steal these 1/1s, but I think I need to do something more. I need to play this Future Sight and find the goods on top of the deck. I think I'm gonna dig for something from the top of my deck.
Another 2 damage.
I'm gonna tap this Ancient Tomb down to 9,
Ooh, that's a 3-turn clock.
play Future Sight. This card says play with the top of your deck revealed. You play the top of your deck as though it was in my hand. A Time Twister, you say?
Can you cast it?
I think I have to do it though.
Really?
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I'll play Blast Zone
Okay.
and I'll play Time Twister. Just shuffle deck, hand, and draw 7 new cards.
Exciting.
I guess I removed the Shieldred this way. Well, this is my hand. The top of my deck is an island, and I pass the turn.
I'm gonna fetch for a Scrubland, and because I fetched, I triggered Revolt. And you know what that means? I'm gonna Fatal Push your Urza.
My Urza is push.
Destroy target creature of converted mana cost 2, or if something left in the battlefield for you with mana cost 4. I've heard you have a card that you shouldn't necessarily have. This one.
Cyclonic Rift, Unvicisive Freebooter goes.
Yes. Card Freebooter steals a card upon entering the battlefield and gives it back if it leaves. I see you also have no defense, so we're gonna attack you for 4. That's good for me.
Draw, reveal the top, Expedition Map again. Not great, not great. I feel like I'm dead on board. All right, maybe the top of the deck gives me something else. I'm gonna tap this to play Expedition Map, reveal the top. Maze of Ith. I think I have to play this Maze of Ith as my land drop, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. I dig it.
Reveal the top of my deck. Okay, well,
Look at that.
it's not very good right now. I think I want to shuffle my deck. I'm gonna search for an artifact that costs 0 by sacrificing this Expedition Map. Mox Opal gives color of any mana, of course, if I tap it. Future Sight reveals, transmute artifact.
Oh, you can look for something different. You can get none. Okay.
A Cheverflowing Chalice for 1,
Nice.
and pass the turn. I'm technically not dead on board.
Okay, at the end of the turn, I would like to put a 3/1 flyer
I'm dead on board.
on the battlefield. Flying Flash, Brazen Borer can only be blocked by creatures with flying, but most importantly, it itself has flying. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4 unblockable creatures. Andrea, I'm gonna attack you with all of them. Woo! So, wait. Can you, the seat is warm now because I want it as well.
You will meet yourself in the final, Thoralf.
This is gonna be the best finals ever. I'm just gonna bring cookies and cake. We're gonna have a fiesta.
All right. Congrats on this game. Good game. And yeah, good luck in the final.